here today with Tamanie at Dove. When you was growing up, your family was very talented. Did you feel any peer pressure when you was growing up?
Actually, no, because they had all the talent. I just kind of stood by the wayside and went, hey. It's like, I was around a lot of talented people growing up, kind of behind the scenes. My mom handled a lot of the money part of, the music business. So, they were talented in their own rights, but a lot of what I saw was just kind of, and I appreciate it now, was the mentorship behind the music business, and not really pressured to do it, but which is good. Just a lot of support and a lot of love, no matter what we wanted to do. So.
Okay. What does music mean to you?
Well, let's see. Let me put this in the way my husband says it. He says, if she's not singing, she's not happy. Mom says that too. If you're not singing, you're not happy. So it's pretty much the thread of who I am is music. If I'm not writing it or playing it and recording it, it's just kind of, it's a staple for me. It really is.
Okay. After a show, what do you do to unwind after the...
Ooh, can I say it on air? Let's see. Really want to know? Oh, that's a good one. I would say beer with the guys, but God, you're gonna make me blush now. Just like hang out with my friends. Usually, just hang out with friends and that kind of stuff. It's a rush actually going to play. When I play with my band here in Atlanta, I play with a band called Corporate Therapy. And, I'm on such a high for the next few days after we play that, it's hard for me to go to sleep. I'm just so excited and unwind. So, no, usually doesn't happen for a while. So.
Okay. When you was first performing, what can you remember about your first performance?
Oh, my goodness. I must have been 6 or 7 years old. And I was in church. And I grew up in Nashville. And I remember I wasn't really put on the spot, but it was kind of one of those, do us a little song that I think I'd learned in Sunday school. And I just remember everybody looking at me and going, wow, at 6 years old, wow. I was like, okay, maybe I should not sing. But they were doing the wow because, at 6 years old, you can carry a tune. That's probably a good thing. So, church, just church.
Okay. When you went back home, for the second time, you wrote your album, Welcome Home.
Yeah.
What inspired it for you to write the song?
Well, I moved away from Nashville for a little while just to kind of get a change of scenery. And then I moved to Atlanta to be closer to my sister. And then my sister moved back to Nashville. And I liked Atlanta so much because there's so much to do here as far as the music scene and the food scene. And I stayed. So when I went back to visit, my mom is up there still. She just turned 80 this year. Hi, Mom. And, my whole family's up there. Both my kids, my grown kids, are up there. Matthew Mercer and Amanda Mercer Jackson, and she just got married. I just remember being inspired by driving into my hometown of Hendersonville because it's, where I grew up. It's where my roots are. But it's kind of one of those things, all the smells and all the things that change when you go back home. It changed, but it didn't. So I just kind of started humming it, and there it came out. That was it.
What does the old saying, don't forget where you come from, what's that mean to you?
That's pretty much what the whole song is about. It's entirely about not forgetting your roots. And, like I said, when you're growing up in that town, I grew up right down the street from Johnny Cash. And you don't think about this until they're gone or until I'm 14, 15 years old. I wasn't into country music then. I think, I was more into the pop scene like every other kid at that age. And you don't really appreciate it until you step back and go, oh my gosh, I'm around. And on the other side of Johnny was Roy Orbison, was his next door neighbor. So I'm like, I'm sitting around all these great people that back then they were just neighbors and they were doing their thing and Mom was doing her thing and I was going to school and it just didn't even register, But But I look back on it now, and I'm like in awe. You know, I got some really good advice from some really good people in the music business. Just being backstage, you know, being the little kid running around, you know, talking to people, and a little bit of OCD. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Where can people go and see your videos, events, and tour dates?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's www.tamaniedove.com. I'll spell it. It's kind of weird. TAMANIEDOVE. It's all one word together. Tamaniedove.com. And I've also got a Reverb Nation page, and I've also got a Facebook page. And I think on Facebook it's just Tamanie. So if you just type in Tamanie, there should be a couple of them there. I think I got a few pages now. So I'm just having fun with it, you know.
Okay.
Just having fun.
Well, thanks for doing the interview and
thank you. I appreciate it.